What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We're trying to solidly prove that Simon here crushed the president's body double with the balloon, then brought the body down and dropped it off where it was found later on. But the time of death is inconsistent because he put the body in the refrigerated warehouse. But now we have to prove that he is behind the kidnapping that leads to the refrigerated warehouse. Okay, here we go. I gotta forge some evidence, just like Blaze and the rest. I'll do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say I'll pursue the truth no matter what, right? Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. And that's why my revenge was necessary. None of you can catch me! Not Patricia, not Blaze, not even you. Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there anything we can do? Even though all my logic points to this man. I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you if you admit defeat. Who dat? It's Shoe Gum! Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Gummy, where'd you go? I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Very Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. Haha, so it's finally here. Our trump card. Well done, detective. Now then, Mr. Keys. There must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus. I see. Indeed, we are not well informed with the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina. We are renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about the place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! How scary! What a shame! It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? But us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale. Ha-ha! It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth! Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Please do tell. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon! You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. It exists. What you say? If Mr. Keys murdered the victim, traces of the murder should still remain in the balloon, right? It's gotta be the balloon. Or the warehouse. No, not the warehouse. It's gotta be the balloon. I mean, hitting him with the balloon, then carrying him in the balloon. Take that. It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. The balloon again. Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. Miles, I believe in you too. Don't believe in me, believe in the forensics team that's gotta find the blood, which is apparently me. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Miles, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Simon Keyes, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. Oh my god, everyone just shut up and let me examine the damn wicker basket, and then we can congratulate Edgeworth on everything. God! What traces were left? Flowers? The flowers?
Take that!
No, come on, is it the flowers? It's the flowers! When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as I was thinking blood. And I remember the yellow junk on his chest. Lion lilies. The flowers from Shake that represent the bond. That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond now, is it? That language of flowers stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly you may have thrown the flowers away. But I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come into contact with a murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon. No way! You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then?
Objection!
Mr. Keyes, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Leave it to me! The balloon's basket, right? A reaction! This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? I'd say this proves that. The body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way, that can't be. You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Cranes. Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see. But even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Moozilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. Damn, it was all... You saw through it all? Damn you! You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. But it's now all come to an end. Simon, the animals have gotten angry, even Money and Mystique. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Moo. Don't you look at me with those eyes! It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful gestures act. Stay away! Get away from me! Please stop it! Help me! I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why did you stop me? If he hadn't done that. I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Doggin, so I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Don't come any closer! Oh! Oh, look at that roundhouse kick! That was very dramatic. It seems the game is finally over. It's the Candy Man. Shelly. Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You've exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now I am free to murder all of you. What? Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are, do not move. I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intend to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. He must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. But what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Oh, what? You are... It has been far too long, Shelley. Oh, they must be bros. Please step aside. That man is my prey. What weapon is Shelly holding? Is that a little knife? I can't really tell. And then Doggin's got, I'm guessing, another chisel. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. And if I refuse, his is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. You saved a life? The assassin Sirhan Doggin. Ironic, isn't it? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young man's life. He saved my life just as I've saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish, but I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another. Please make this allow. I like how the police are just like, we'll let this go. I mean, if you had one trigger-happy guy, one trigger-happy cop who's just like, assassins! Bloodbath. I understand. If you're willing to go that far. You have my thanks. I'm in your debt. I mean, look at Lang back there. He's just like, whatever. I got my sunglasses. I got my hands in my pocket. I don't care. Do whatever you want. No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death. With you. That's all. And with that, I must take my leave. Oh, Lang's doing it now. Okay. Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done, yes. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis. Right, boy. Oh, look who's here. Hey, priest guy. You killed my dad, right? Indeed. I am not one to forget those I've slain. I see. You must despise me, boy with horns. In that case. John! Don't panic. I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. Slowly. A single stab should do it. But just in case, stab me a couple times. And my heart. Also the other part of my neck. And my stomach. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Revenge? John, don't do it! John, please! Until just now, I had intended to seek revenge. No matter how many years it took. Revenge is good. Real good. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie, too, and all those people who care about me as well. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right. I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy are here for? John, you just said some really profound stuff just now. Okay, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. Is that so? Well then, young one, it is time for us to depart. Where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. But there was still one last thing I had to do. Sorry to keep you waiting! Why'd you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, a certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. But this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It's not mine. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So you've made your decision. I'm sorry. Oh, I hate you. You're the worst. After everything I've done for you, after everything your father's done for you, I hate you. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. Because I hate you! I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask why you chose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. to fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney? I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Simon Keyes, he too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you, and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was... God, can't you just show him once? Oh, that's... this man. Ugh, just show his face. I want to see his face. I want to see Phoenix's face! Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I want to save those like Simon. So, how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts. But instead, he was cornered by Blaze, who used the power of law for evil. The form of law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. A contradiction, huh? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor. I really like how... Because if you play the first, I guess, 4 games, the first 4 Ace Attorney games, and then play Dual Destinies, you know, Phoenix knows the system's broken eventually, and then tries to fix it. And then in Dual Destinies, you see that Edgeworth and Phoenix both have this, they're both trying to fix the system in their own ways, even though, you know, Edgeworth doesn't really have much of a presence in the game, or at all, actually. Excluding a tiny bit, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, anyways, I like how Edgeworth wants to try and fix the system within as a prosecutor. Meanwhile, Phoenix is always trying to fix the system as a defense attorney. That's just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right? I do, but someone must. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what laid straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now. Thanks, Shields. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. Proof of my profession, but I prefer to keep it in my pocket. And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man all about the traitor in the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. The next time we meet just might be in your courtroom. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I'll look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Take care! Welcome back. Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well. To me? You sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the Goddess of Law is always by your side, right? You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It was only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising, as one in the service of the Goddess of Law. You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow. Let's meet again in the courtroom. I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time, I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly. Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals. But the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much, Prosecutor Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze, the Goddess of Law was not the only one by my side. It's John. When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe, when I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well. John too lost his father in a past crime. That is more important to me than even the words of the Goddess of Law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. It seems there is much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed. We are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the Goddess of Law be upon you as you follow your new path. Though I once lost my position as prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it. So that I may tread. Oh wait, whoa, you can't just straight. Oh, I shall surely reach the truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I will shout just one word. What is this? Oh, what's going on here? Are these just flashbacks? Chief! What sort of story are you aiming for next? Ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. That's my mentor, all right. I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my info using my own 2 feet. That's the spirit. By the way, would you mind asking what sort of story you're aiming for next? Chief? Ain't no need to be stingy. No need to be stingy. That's just heinous. I also, I'm really glad Blaze wasn't the final bad guy, because I think Simon was a really good choice. I can't believe they actually tied together all of the cases that we did. I bit my tongue. Oh, I lost it. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. His is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman instead. For now, I shall live a calm life, until my services are required once more. I don't know why we didn't arrest him. I mean, he had a knife, and he attacked the guy in the circus. I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth, but I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gong that'll sound off my next escape will ring out soon enough. Until then, let's keep working out. Or you can do your time and get out, maybe early with parole, but no, I mean, you're screwed now. You keep trying to escape. Now you've got multiple life sentences, and you'll never get out. Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? I am working as hard as ever. I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. See, this guy's getting out, because he's always... Oh, wait, my sentence has been extended. Oh, because I was Warden Roland's accomplice. Oh. Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? To hell with the pet trimmer's license. How long do these usually go? Well, Gino was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist divisions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever! One that'll blow away this entire case. Did I do more videos for this series than I did for Dual Destinies? I may have. It seems I've grown soft in my old age. Right, Anubis? Right, boy. To think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I'm confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time, that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore. Right, boy? Yay, these two! Oh! Today's the sun is strongly I don't know how to sing this part. That gently melting moment of allure. I will wait for you forever, Kate. I shall come here every day, just as you and Raymond did for me. Shields, Edgeworth, I'm truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I'm able to eat your desserts once more. That's right, Mr. Master, yes. I've been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I brought joy to one and all with my delicious sweets. You know, I know a group of people are working on fan translating, the Ace Attorney game that takes place in the past. You know, I always forget the name. But it's currently being translated, although slowly, which makes perfect sense. But I'm closely following their progress, because if they can get it done and I can play it, I want to record it really bad. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck into desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming, and also good for your health. So yeah, I'm watching for that, and sooner or later the next Ace Attorney game that actually will be translated officially is coming out, so there's always that. And maybe I'll actually decide to stream the original Ace Attorney games, but if I do, it'll be a while, because there are a lot of games I have to take care of. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook, so in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Do I take the path of an artist? Or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart I mean the heart of my new lady. Yeah, because there's so many games to take care of. Yeah. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Edgeworth seems pretty active, too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I am kinda sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. Looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself. If you ever need a hand from Attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, anyplace. My crimes were punished far more leniently than I expected, once it was proven that I had been threatened. No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry, of course I regret what I did. But I'm so glad I could still be together with you, Granny. Of course crimes weigh differently, are you kidding me? Sure, stealing a candy bar is just the same as murdering 10 billion people. Stupid woman. That's right, the next corpse is waiting for us after all. Don't weigh the same, are you kidding me? I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. And now I have to leave again. That kinda takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine. But this is all so that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then, I guess it's time to go. If anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over. Ah, look at all these fan translators! The greater the father, the greater the expectations and for their children. Prosecutor de Best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles chose to live a different life from his father, as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer. I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lang clan. My old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you all that I will carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake, and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Zhang Fa. Someday I will surely show you all a Zhang Fa brimming with life. I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops' power. So what are you, the worst? I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough so that I won't lose even to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. The worst. A lot has happened, but thankfully the film was a roaring success. The gossip articles about the murder made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears from the mighty Muzila. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Zhengfa. Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers? How could something like this happen? Now it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film is a big hit. Much obliged. John, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie. It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Muzila and Gordy. There's no one else besides you who could have played the part. Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. I really enjoy working as an actor. Mom, before we head home, can we go buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad. Then one will not suffice. You'll need 2 more. One for me, one for Amy. We were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir? Indeed we were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around. Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey, Gummy, that was rude. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know. Is something on your mind? How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I could become a great thief just like him. Like the previous Yadagarasu, I suppose. But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all. I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief Yadagarasu. No matter what sort of hero you become, K will always be K. Always still be K. Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy. Of course, pal. I plan to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir. Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. You saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. What? Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. What? I can't believe it. Isn't that great, Gummy? Now you're not an intern. Now you're not working for free. It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. But that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir, roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. He'll devote his body to you, Edgeworth. Oh dear. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me. is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law, and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly this path will not be easy. Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. It's John. When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I'm not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh? I completely forgot! That was sudden? What's wrong? I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team. Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect. But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team, combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but... What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way. Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth. Sound like a bunch of hacktivists. Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Yes, true. Yes. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I too shall advance along mine. Accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward. On this new path as a prosecutor. And attorneys. The path I walk is not my father's. I'm certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths leads to the one and only truth. If you're asking why I'm reading it so fast, it's because when it's super slow, like they're repeating the same idea over and over, I need to get through it. That's an awesome drawing. The end. Now I can officially say I've played and beaten all the Ace Attorneys! Well, excluding Gyakuten, which is frustrating because that if I play that and beat it, then I played all of them. It's just because it hasn't been translated yet is no excuse. If you're a true fan, right? Right? Yeah, you guys agree. I guess that's it then. So stay tuned for other videos. I hope all of you don't jump ship now that Ace Attorney's over. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.